said. Yeah. So it is all a game of throne after all, as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, after criminalizing protest, as in, he came in through protest, and it's simple Google away, all of you know, he came in through protest and use of social media. He came in and is, I don't want to use the word deliberately failing. Deliberately is, you know that you fail and you still deliberately put yourself in that, like you don't even want to pretend that you don't want to fail. When you become president of just one section of the country, you fail the country, because it's a federation. It is a multi-ethnic, multicultural, multi-whatever country that has all sorts plugged in, and you are president of all. But the moment you see yourself as just one out of all, it is a deliberate thing. I won't say failure, but you know what you know. Now, after making protests criminal, even though he came in on that, and he failed deliberately, he is now making even the social media that he rode on to power is now also banning that. Let somebody shout hallelujah. In fact, when the Lord spoke to Moses, oh, I'm already preaching. Well, today is Saturday, 5th of June 2021. And it is important that we look at what we are all discussing today. If you look at the Guardian, they say there's outrage as Buhari bans Twitter, even though he came on it. Now, why I said it is a game of thrones is because this Buhari apparently doesn't care about security of lives and properties. He's not interested in national security. What this man is all up about is regime security. So anything that appears like, even if it is not, appears like a threat, he goes against. He fires them. But anything that appears like threat to lives of Nigerians, he doesn't care. Now, if this man cares, why is it that the same machinery or machines through which you were brought to power are the ones who are clamping down on? Shure is still being locked in Abuja. You are not allowing him. And if he must come out to do civil protest, we all saw the video. The video of Shure coming out in a civil manner, just saying, it is how he was holding on to the barbed wire, with which you barricaded the fountain square, the Unity Fountain. And then he said, it is our right to protest. How does Solidarity Forever, the song Solidarity Forever, how does that become like a weapon affecting you, Buhari? And then he was shot after you already limited his freedom from Abuja. Now, next, what is even more shocking is the way Nigerians take these things. Did you know, for instance, that Nigerians will just come in a manner as to be attacking? I saw Nigerians even attacking Twitter on behalf of their oppressor Buhari. I don't even know what to say again. The same people who will come out to say Shebi was just canister of tear gas. Excuse me, let me aim, even knockout, banger. Let me aim it at your leg and tell me Shebi is just knockout. And then when they ask you what your offense was, for me to shoot a firearm at you, aiming directly at you. If they ask me why, I'll say because you were just out to express your feeling without carrying gun or any ammunition. I'll say that is your crime. Because I don't even understand the way Nigerians think again. Nigerians now come out to be even defending Buhari against Twitter. Ejo, surely work pay. But the good part of it is that we are more than them. Those who want sanity restored are more than those who are in support of the despotic administration. That is why even the mainstream media can report that there is outrage as Buhari bans, because even the mainstream knows that it's coming after them. It's coming after them. Once it's done with Twitter, it will move to Facebook, move to anywhere, and then clamp down on other independent media if there's any that manages to still be independent among the print and electronic media terrestrial in Nigeria. After which we will now be left to be watching the crappy and the quackery of NTA. That's the only thing we'll be left with. And that will be only information that government wants you to hear, not what you deserve to know. Gentlemen and ladies, can't we all see therefore that we only have one common problem, though approaches may be different? Yes, if you say you want a revolution in a civil manner without bloodlet, you're right, because this is not going well. Therefore, there is big need to change these things all over and say this is not what we want. And the process of overturning what you don't want to what you want is called a revolution. If you also say, I don't feel like I am part of this country anymore because of the way the president is treating all of us, I don't feel part. I'm no longer a citizen of this country. Therefore, I want my region to be cut out so that these people can govern only themselves as they want. You're also right. Whether as Oduduwan or as Biafran, we are all saying the same thing, that we don't feel like this country is for us. Those who believe that it is leadership that is causing it and calling for a revolution are right. Those who are also saying, let's call the entire leadership and govern ourselves based on our regional uniqueness and sameness. You are also right. And if you join all of those people who are saying, let us leave this country because it's not for us, or those who say, it is still our country, it's just leadership that is bad, let us change it, we are all saying the same thing, that we are tired of this administration, of this regime. Let's change it and let's have sanity again. We are all saying the same thing. Consequently, why don't we therefore just come together? Say, since we have a common enemy, we face him at once. The process, let me say this, and I'm sorry if you feel offended by it. It's just my opinion. You have a right to look into it or not. Now, I feel that we got independence without being sure about the structures we have put in place to govern ourselves. This led to problems and civil war in 1966. We got independence without first putting in place the structures we want to retire into. Once we get our independence, the way we want to handle it, we did not prepare for it. We just wanted it. 2021, we still have that problem. Now we want to divide without being sure already that we have structures we want to retire into or break into. I have always said it. I'm not against agitation for self-determination. No sane human will be against it. But all we are just saying is, between the two options of remove the bad leadership and put things right and start experimenting gradually about our independence regionally, why not let's have the structures first before we just jump? The way we jumped into independence without preparation, and we are still in the problem, just looking for patch, and instead of solving it, we are looking for more agitations. Have we already ascertained how we will augment or put in place things that will provide for? Otherwise, hardship will follow and it will kill more. There will be more casualties. When you hear the word war, what does not only mean using gun and WMD, weapon of mass destruction. War could be even simple virus in your hair. War could be no food and people died of kwashiorkor and all that. War could be, economic. Now you have people who don't have money. You have people who don't have food. You have people who don't have anything to survive on, and you want to retire suddenly into your enclave. You are setting yourself up. I'm not saying restructuring is too late, but I'm saying we can start with that. Just to experiment. Let's start having our individual things by way of experiment. Let's not just leapfrog. Let's take it gradual. Now, what I want to say in essence is we are all reacting differently, but we have the same and common enemy. And the common enemy is this government, this regime. What does it take therefore? If all these people reacting differently come together on a significant date of June 12th, this 2021, let's make it historic. Let us all come together, be free. Wear your Oduduwa now. And June 12th, Oduduwa now. Or June 12th, revolution now. Or June 12th, Biafra, whatever now. But let us all make a loud joint statement that even though we are reacting differently, but we are saying we have a common enemy. And that is why we are all coming out in our bulk. What's wrong with that? So June 12th is so significant. And I want to encourage everybody, regardless of what side of the divide you belong, come out and express yourself. We did it during Jonathan, and we got results, even though the result was for a worse one. Even though the result is for a worse one. Okay? Now, if you also want to look at it, it is also important that whichever way you are reacting, just understand that if truly and sincerely, you are either patriot of Nigeria or patriot of the unborn nation, whichever one you are, we are all reacting to the same thing. Leave the method your brother is using. Your brother could be a Christian or a Muslim, and you are belonging to the same parents, bearing the same surname, from the same blood. It doesn't matter. What matters, importantly, is that you people should stop abusing yourselves on my page. Okay? It's not necessary. You see what we are just talking about? Now, oppressed versus oppressed are killing themselves and beating themselves. This is an example. Oppressed versus oppressed, and you are still not touching your oppressors. How do you become free? How do you become free? Tosino, I know you are also one of those who just want to distract. It's not about the grammar, but maybe you understand the grammar. You break them down for person where they near you. It's as simple as that. We are doing all of this to conscientize ourselves. Should we leave the nation to be burning because you understand grammar, the other person does not? You break it down for them. One person cannot be everywhere. But once we have a way, we get a message across, let us break it down for others and share it. I'm going to go offline after this broadcast, but the message is already in your head. That is what we are simply trying to do here. So let us make sure that we make June 12th significant and important and historic. Now let me inform you, as people are planning to protest against this regime on June 12th, the same regime is also spending money and grouping people to do counter protest on the day, giving vote of confidence to this person. And it's our common enemy. If you are reacting that you don't feel like you are a member or citizen of the country, is it not because one person made you feel so? Is it not because you have somebody in power who suddenly wants to make you feel like he has his own tribe has hegemony over others? Is that not what we are all reacting to? So is it not cheaper to remove that behemoth and restore sanity first than the 20-year, 30-year plan that can even be disrupted midways of breaking the country? You think breaking the country is as cheap as now? Why do you think your leaders are not saying the same thing with you? It's because they understand that doing that is not going to be cheap. Is it not cheaper to remove the leadership than doing that? Casualties of 1966, casualties of the secessionist agenda in 1966, we have still not recovered. The Southeast are still not recovered. If you want to do fight to finish, how prepared are you? And I'm not saying we shouldn't do it. Let's do it. But which one is cheaper? Remove the idiots. Excuse me, I used the I word. Remove this. Yes, okay, iPhone idiots. That's what I said. Okay? So it's not an English word anyways. It's a construct. Those of you who understand what you understand, get the message here. Let's make June 12th so significant. Now, the other part of the news that I saw which struck me or made sense to me, okay, is that Yoruba security group, just like ESN, is about to comb forests of criminals. Now, when you have non-state actors stepping in the arena to do things like this, it simply means a vote of failure on the regime, on the government. What it simply means is that they are simply saying they no longer seem to see the government as serious. Consequently, they have to step in by themselves. If ESN is in the forest to rescue their people against bandits, and Yoruba security group is also coming out to say, we are also going into our forest, not waiting for police or military. It already tells you the same thing. Government is not present. Government failed. Alright, finally, I want to advise those of you who are considering that in case the federal government through the telcos block Twitter, you want to go and download free VPN. Be careful. Be careful of free VPN. Some of those free VPNs have been manipulated or created deliberately to spy on people's data. Just be careful. So if you want to get VPN, go for ones that are trusted. And if you have to pay, pay. Not the ones that are disguised, especially by Nigerian government, to steal into people's data. Don't follow all the comments you see on. There are so many people that are sponsored to come and be creating falsehood and all that to divert people's attention. So don't pay attention all to the comments. Use your diligence even while you are reading the comments. You should be able to filter. You should be able to filter the comments that are from them, their own people, because they pay a lot of people to come online and be giving divisive or diversionary or divisive comments. So be careful, right? But all I will advise you, as somebody who operates social media, is that if you must get VPN at all costs to do your Twitter, don't go for the free ones, because there are so many apps, VPNs, that are disguised by them. They'll say it is for free, you can use it to bypass and go in. They are using it to monitor what you are doing online, and they are using it also to get your data. So be careful. Don't go and share this message to everybody. Maybe you want to cut only that part I gave this advice and push it out, or maybe on WhatsApp. You may want to download the entire video, cut only the part out and share to people. Let us spread the message. Let people be careful. Let people be careful. Let people be careful not to download free VPNs. Most of them are disguised by the enemies to steal your data, to send virus to your system or device, and to also do things to hack your account and do things on your behalf. So they will creep into your data, and it's dangerous. You know what that means? It's a breach on your privacy, and you allowed it because you first clicked accept the terms. You first clicked that you accepted. You downloaded it voluntarily. So be careful, be careful, be careful downloading and using free VPN. It is one of their machinations. They are creating free VPNs because they know that people are now looking for them. So dey careful. Make I speak pidgin small. Dey careful. No go enter their hand. If you want use if you want use VPN, use paid ones that people can trust. Okay, use paid VPNs people have trusted over the years, not just new ones that they just put on the app store, make it they go download. Be careful. They are stealing your data. You know, they already started collecting your IMI, collecting your NIN, they are looking for all your data. If you allow them to use free VPN to steal your remaining data, whatever is left of you, you are gonna, including your account details, everything, your address, everything is gone to their hands. And if they finally hold you in their hands, your blood's gonna dry. Apologies to Black Camaro. And I want to end it here today. I say bye for now. God bless you all. I appreciate you all. Larry Safari, Vagabonds in Power.